Hello everybody, Megabuild Games here. This is speedbuild number 23, somewhat nameless right now. I'll probably come up with a name for it during the course of this video, because it is a long one. I'm going to warn you, it's 25 minutes of just house building. And it's not the most elaborate in terms of building either, which means that I just was spending a really long time doing what should have taken me not so long. Because Beachy Keen, that was a feat of constrained floor elevation strength, basically. It took a lot of effort to not scream at that computer at that point. But this one wasn't quite that bad. I mean, there were moments. Heck yeah, there were moments. Like, for example, when my game crashed. So I had to rebuild half of it. Not build, but redecorate half of it. Which is harder for me, probably. But yeah, it's been a long one, and it's probably half the reason why I'm so happy with it, probably. Half of it is because it's good, in my opinion. I mean, this could possibly be one of my favourites. Simply because it just reminds me of how I used to build before I did any kind of YouTube goodies, started even thinking about recording, even thought I was good enough to even build, which I'm probably still not, let's be honest. This is just something that I used to do a lot more. I used to mess around with split levels and goodness knows what, and pools. I hardly ever put pools in my builds, I've noticed. I don't know why, I just don't, and it's weird. I used to mess around with basements a lot more and split levels. If I were to show you like builds that I've done in the past, that you probably wouldn't even think that they were the same kind of builder as what I build like now. Sure, there are parts of it that are like very similar, but not enough, I don't think, to distinguish them as something that I've built. And it's been good to kind of go back, because I did love those. I always thought they were great to play in as well, because you always got to look at all the cool stuff. Yeah, I'm glad to be back, but I feel like since I built houses like that, I've learnt so much in terms of just like basic stuff like colours and, well, I say that, just basic stuff, just like detail and stuff like that, because so I have moved on, but so this would be better than what I would have built back in those days, but it still feels like something I would have built, if you know what I mean. I'm being really confusing and nostalgic right now, aren't I? Should probably stop. It is a family house. I even have a little story behind it, I reckon. So that's always good. It's built on my world that I'm creating lots for. I won't do all my new houses on this, because there is a certain style of house that I'm going for. Well, several styles of house that I'm going for throughout the creator world, and I don't want to keep doing them entirely. I mean, I feel really enthusiastic about doing another Asian themed one, you know, like Peking Plaza or something, because I really do love them. But yes, I am building this on my thing, and I have the exact family I want to live in there in mind. I might even make them and package them off with the world. Who knows? You can delete them if you want, or you can just download the house for your world without even bothering to download this world, because it's not even a great world. I mean, it's my first attempt to create a world, so it's not going to be fantastic. I won't be silly about that. But yeah, this family that would live in here, I've pretty much got the entire story going. get sorted out or whatever. They're basically, well, they're a working family. Father's an architect. Mother's a teacher. And 2 kids. Getting on a bit now. Well, not getting on a bit, but in the way of kids. They're in their late teens, about to be moving out. That kind of goodness. The girl is the studious type. She likes to read and stuff like that. And the guy is a techie, kind of. He likes computers and all that kind of goodness. And it is a very family-orientated house, but kind of in a more mature kind of family way. There's not so much... It's kind of big and open in certain areas, but there is this element of privacy, which is also nice as well. And you'll see it more when I get into the interior design and everything. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the way it turned out in the end. And yeah, I can see the exact family that I can envisage this family in my game, so that's pretty cool. This is my attempt at a floor plan. My attempts were quite weak to begin with, shan't lie to you. I realise soon that it was not the best choice. I do find myself doing L-shaped stairs, which is quite cool. I think I hate to admit it because, yeah, I just hate to admit it, but I've used a lot of things that I've been taught by the Sim Supplies tutorials. Now you understand why I hate to admit it. Well, you probably don't, but anyways. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of learning that's happened since my first build on YouTube and what I used to build before that. And so I wanted to kind of use that as well as what I've been learning and what I would have had beforehand in my repertoire, if that makes sense. So, yeah, finding the right space in this house was quite interesting. I mean, it's not small by any stretch of the imagination. It's quite a large open space, but the shape of it made it harder to work out separate rooms, and I think that was what I wanted to go for in terms of the living room, at least. I didn't end up doing it like that for obvious reasons, but my original ideas for that kind of centered around the idea that we had separate rooms, because most houses are separate, even the fancier ones. They all have separate rooms. Well, not all of them, but most of them have separate rooms. And yeah, so I think I take a break in the old recording soon, and I switched this to Sunset Valley because there are several, well, there's not really several reasons. Mainly because when I went to load it back up, I saved my world, went back to it another day to edit in game, and the entire of that lower garden area was grass. It was just glitched out grass, at like the level of the rest of the house. So I went back into Sunset Valley and it was fine. It was all okay. But it was just weird and I couldn't even get to it, so I just kind of changed it. And I do, looking back at it with a new pair of, well, not a new pair of eyes, like a fresh pair of eyes. I was tired at this point. I got some rest and kind of went back to this and was like, right, this is what needs to change. And I felt a lot better about it after the second building session. I think I did it in 2. Yeah, I did it in 2 sessions. It looks like 3 because my game crashed. But no, it was just 2. I spent in total about 4 hours on this, which is a long time. I find that it only ever takes me that long when I do it in more than one thing. Either that or I just can't complete one that's that complex in one sitting. Either way, yeah. I think this is near enough where I change. Yes, here we go. There we go. So I decide, never mind. It looks like I did it in 3 sessions, because, yeah, that's really odd, because I didn't have that top layer, or the kitchen. Holy crap-a-roni. Fairly sure I did the kitchen on camera. Nah, never mind. It's recorded now. I'm unprofessional at making videos anyway, let's be honest. So, yes. This is actually quite a nice TV area. It changes. It isn't the best. The idea's there. I kind of wanted a wall area for the TV, but I didn't want a wall TV, if you know what I mean. I wanted to use that TV because I have never used it in my game at all. And it comes with Design and High Tech stuff, and I've never used it. I've used the bookcases occasionally. I use the beds a lot, but I don't use that. And it does get changed during the time that I am trying to rebuild. I do make a few changes. One of the changes I make is I change the rotation of those columns, because when they go in I think they look better when they're actually, like, horizontal to the sofas, if you know what I mean. Not parallel, but horizontal. This doesn't change. I love this. I think it was such a cool idea. If you don't mind me being boastful. It's like a table, but with, like, legs like that. And I kind of end up using it as like a little shelf. Luckily, sadly you can't put a phone on there, which was a pain, because the entire reason I made this was because the coffee tables are just too wide. When you walk in a door and then there's like a wall there, you kind of need a really thin table, and that is like the perfect width for a table of that kind. Just for your keys and your phone, that kind of table. It is the perfect size. But we don't get that. It'd be cool to see them implemented in the game, but I doubt it will happen. Simply because so far the coffee tables have been a different width, and they kind of probably use the same sort of template, because they all lay at the same height. They're all about the same size, or at least the 2 wide ones are, and then the 1 wide ones are a separate one. But you know what I mean. The kitchen I did really nicely. You'll see bits of it, but I didn't realise that it hadn't been recording. Normally I notice these things. I was going to say, the actual speed build, the footage that I'd sped up, still seemed a bit too short, even though it was 25 minutes long. And I was like, why can that be? Because it was another 45 minutes, me doing that kitchen. So, yeah, this one really did take me a long time. I'm not going to deny that in any way, shape or form. The way I get through building, if I feel inspired, I will go on for a long time. I will go on for about 3 hours, and sometimes I'm talking to friends on Skype at the same time. My god, if you'd seen some of the footage, that if without me speeding it up, then you'd probably see, well, you probably hear all the conversations that I have, and normally end up going, hey, check this out, what do you think? And then I show my screen. But I kind of like to do stuff while I build, in a way. I like to either talk, or I like to listen to music or podcasts or something like that. It gets me through it. I've taken, at the moment, since my exams are pretty soon, if you didn't already know, I'm in my final year of school, and I've got less than 2 months left. Today is the 4th of April. I leave on the 24th of May. And my exams follow suit. And what I've been doing recently is I've been listening to audiobooks of my literature texts while I build. So I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And yeah, so that's all good. I mean, I don't get the books in the exam, so you've got to remember them, and you've got to remember important bits about them and such. So to have an audiobook there and to have it constantly playing while you're doing stuff is always good. I think this is pretty much where it crashes. I can tell you the exact bit, but because I remember I was putting a light over the stairs. What was I doing at the same time? I just started playing the audiobook, and then I realised it was an abridged version, so it wasn't the entire thing, and they'd cut bits out, and I was like, oh damn, I'm gonna have to buy another one. And the unabridged version was so expensive, I was like, oh god damn it. So it's not been my day, because I did do this at midnight today. So it's not been my day, and here's the new living room, and here's the study, which changes somewhat. It's a very decadent. I'm going to call it decadent. It's kind of sophisticated. It's like one of those ones that you'd see not an old man, but like an influential man sitting on the chair and smoking, you know? If that makes any sense to anyone, you probably don't understand a word I'm saying. But it's one of those kind of studies, and I thought it'd be perfect for the father, because he's an architect, and stuff like that. I didn't realise I moved onto the outside just yet, but I obviously do. I don't stick this table out here in the end. I realise it's too stupid, because you've got a table right there. I think the fire pit is a good idea, and then I stick some chairs around, and there's not enough to make it a full thing, so I'm just like, oh, but I want a washing line, because that's practical and actually usable by Sims on frequent occasions. Then I change the fire pit, because I like this one better, and then I think, oh, let's delete the stairs, see if that works, and then I realise I'm just going to put it right next to the fence, because I don't think anyone will use it. It's just there for decoration. But yes, I am so good at building houses. I'm atrocious at building houses. The downstairs floor plan's pretty simple. The only thing that I found annoying was the fact that I couldn't get a window in the 3rd bedroom. I tried, but it's just so awkward, because one side of it's the garage, and then one side of it is in a really stupid place because of that diagonal and stuff. So I just had to leave it. Just hope the bookworm don't like sunlight, basically. I think the first thing I go to work on is the teenage boys' room. Yes, the boys' room. I like this room. I'd happily have this room. I quite like it. Not just because of the computers. I do like the bed. As you have probably seen, I love the Murphy bed of the University Life expansion pack. That thing in Sims 2 was amazing. So to have it back is even more amazing. It's fantastic. I really do enjoy the Murphy bed. It's a fantastic little thing, and it's great for space saving as well, because you can just pull it up and you're like, so much room, so much more space for activities. And here's my computer setup. you can't just do more than one monitor on this game, which is a little bit annoying because I'm like, this guy is going to have several monitors for every computer he owns because he's cool like that, and he likes to play his games on surrounding monitors, like I kind of move them because they're in my way, and I wanted a games console in there. Even stuck a cheeky camera on there, as you do. I like these dresses actually. I like them. Probably not in that colour, but I like them. And I'm sticking around rugs. It's a great way to just make your room more interesting. And I never do it, and I should, but I don't. So yes, I do love this room in the end. It's fantastic. Trying to find good lights and good little things to stick on there as well. There was discs, but they wouldn't fit, and I was like, God damn it. But then again, he wouldn't buy things on disc, he'd probably download them. If I'm being really pedantic about the context, he probably wouldn't. And this is the master bedroom. I love these tables. These came with University Life as well, but they're little globes, but kind of like half spheres, hemispheres. And they look so cool, and I really like them, and it looks well cultured and stuff. And I stick a painting in, little sofa. I wanted this room to be simplistic but still have everything it needed in it. I didn't want it to go too crazy in terms of decoration, because you don't really need it. I did that thing with that curtain. I don't like it whatsoever, but those curtains were too short and I needed a thing to do with them, so I stuck a little blind on top of them. It looks stupid but well, I can't say I can do much about it. I wanted to use those curtains as well, so I was like, I wish I had a free ride room. Oh wait, I can stick bookcases in, which made the room look really thin. It's alright, she's a bookworm, she quite enjoys it, or so I claim. She probably doesn't, she's probably like, get me out of this room. And it's more than likely that you'll probably want to change this room up completely, because it isn't fantastic. It's not my best bedroom design ever. I still like the one from Old Brick Road, I have to say. And this room here, it's a bit big. I basically just end up sticking some, like a pool table. Not a pool table, we don't have a pool table. Like a ping pong table and that. Just to make it a little rumpus room of sorts, and then you can look right out into the pool. Looks quite fancy. And then I kind of wanted to give that rock wall a bit of definition. So I just kind of lowered the ground around it. I think it looks good, just casual bit of dirt doing. You know the stuff. I made it quite grubby around the outside. I say grubby. I made the edges more definite by sticking a load of dirt around it. I think it worked. Did this curved driveway. It works better on the road where I built it on the world, so you can change it if you want. A few little trees. I didn't want to do too many. And I stick a nice flower bed in toward the front. And I'm quite happy with this house and the way it turned out, and soon we will see the photographs. So yes, the download link will actually be in the description, hopefully. If not, it will be on my blog, where I have the links to everything now, or at least I will. So this is the house. I am really, really pleased with it. It makes me feel somewhat nostalgic. It is how I would have built the house in the olden days, but not quite in the olden days, because there are new things that I've learnt. There's the kitchen. You probably didn't get to see a very good shot of it before, but there's the kitchen and I'm really pleased with it. The study, like I said, looks kind of swanky and decadent. And here's the cool bedroom with the Murphy bed up this time. It just shows how much space there is. The bathroom which I didn't show, but I did. And the little simple bookworm bedroom, and then the master bedroom, and then the rumpus room. Or is it the other way around? Rumpus room. I love this shot, because you can look straight out into the rock wall area. And then there's the master bedroom. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. It's a little bit different to what I normally do, so I hope you like it, and thank you for watching.